Ms. Kay Kurtz from the class of 1974.
Thank you. Beat Street, Body and Soul, Kisses in the Rain, Esperanto, and Around the Horn are just a few of the titles from Rick Braun's lifetime of music he created over the past 4 decades. However, if he would have had his way, he would be a drummer today. Rick traced his critical decision to the 3rd grade at Allentown's now demolished Stevens Elementary School. With a big family and a small house, drums weren't exactly smiled upon. Rick and his family lived on Park Street, just north of Tillman. Rick credits his late mother for his family's interest in music, since she was a self-taught pianist and banjoist. The trumpet, his eventual instrument of choice, was a little less painful for other family members than his own choice, the violin. It seems that music was always going to be Rick's career choice, even when he was a student at Trexler Junior High School and here at Husky High. I remember meeting Rick back in high school when he was on the drum line of the Dieruff Marching Band, and I carried the American flag for the color guard. Who would have thought that 40+ years later, I would be introducing Richard C. Braun as an inaugural inductee of the Dieruff Alumni Wall of Distinction. It is with my great Husky pride that I present to you, Rick Braun.
Thank you, Kay. Thank you, John, and everybody, and congratulations to all my fellow award-winning people. I just don't even, it's funny, I've played a lot of shows in front of a lot of people. I've played at Madison Square Garden, I've played at the Hollywood Bowl, I've played all over the world, and I've never been more nervous than I am right now. First of all, Kay, about the drums, what the miracle of trumpet is, it's equally as loud and it's portable. So I was able to annoy different family members at different moments throughout the house, and that was a wonderful thing. Just having Pete play the Dieruff alma mater that he wrote, and standing here being a songwriter and realizing the genius that we had as faculty here, and I'm sure it continues to be the case because it's an amazing school. And I remember having Pete as my choir director, and the things that we learned and the pieces of music that we attempted to sing were not easy. And I remember that just how much I learned from him. And I do have to make a confession, because I don't know if he's aware of this, but the spring concert, I think of 1972, it was one of 14 beautiful spring evenings that we had here in Allentown. And it was beautiful outside, and there was an intermission at this concert. And some of us were in the back, the first half was going great, we're just hanging out, having a great time. And we were laughing and having a great time out back, and all of a sudden, it's about 6 of us, we hear the music start. And the second half of the show started without us. Pete, where are you? There you are. So we decided, what are we going to do? I mean, the show is going on. We have our choir robes on, and I'm not a short person, so we waited until the end of the first song, and Pete turned around and took a bow, and we, of course, snuck up onto the risers. So I want to ask you now, did you notice that we were gone? I knew you did. You never gave us a hard time about that. So I want to acknowledge you. Thank you so much, Mr. Carpenter, for all that you gave to me and to all of the other students that you worked with over the years. You're amazing. There was someone else who was such a big part in who I became over the years, who was the band director here when I was at school. His name was Richard Hinkle. And Richard Hinkle was my trumpet teacher. And he was Air Force. And he ran his band and he ran his music theory class like a military exercise. And he pushed us through. And as a result of what a great teacher he was, I ended up skipping the first year of music theory when I went to the Eastman School of Music, which is one of the most prestigious music schools in the country. And I took what I learned here in my notebook that he inspected every week, and I took it up there, and it was not a problem, not a problem. So I just have to say, I think everybody here, I mean, everybody up here is a result, and I'm sure you know lots of stories about people who've influenced all of us, because really, everybody's just a collection of the people that put good things into us, and bad things for that matter, because the challenges that I had to face over the years made me stronger, you know, and, you know, I took a music songwriting class when I went to Los Angeles, and I was working odd jobs. I went out there, and I wasn't doing well, and I was installing ceiling fans for Rosemary from the Dick Van Dyke Show. I installed a ceiling fan at her house. It did. Okay, I sold antique furniture to Sally Fields, and her credit card was declined. And her manager was there who had access to the card, and that was fun to watch. But the point is, what is the point? I lost my point. But the point is, I have been so fortunate to have had people in my life that I have. I went to this songwriting class. I'm back. So it's a good thing I got the award this year, okay? Because next year it would have been worse. It's only getting worse. So I took a songwriting class. There was a guy named Buddy Kay. He wrote a lot of songs for Elvis Presley. And I'm in this class, and he gets up there, and he writes on the blackboard, "The world is full of unfulfilled genius. There is no substitute for hard work." And for a kid who grew up on 6th Street, whose father worked at the Bethlehem Steel, how do you get anywhere? For me, it was a collection of hard work, and get knocked down, you get back up. Get knocked down, you get back up. Because that was what my dad taught me. He was a very hard-working man. Worked 2 jobs. And when I got the opportunity with Eastman School of Music, I don't know how the heck he afforded to put me through that school. I have no clue, but he did. So I want to do this. 46 years ago, this summer, he took me on a tour up to the Eastman School of Music where I had to play an audition to get in. He drove me up there, and it was one of the most fond memories I have of my father. This year, I just took my son on a 2-week tour, and we went to all the schools that had reached out to him to play basketball, because he's a very talented athlete, okay? And we're going the same road up to Rochester, to Cornell. We're going the same road, and I stopped and let him know, and I shared some things with him about me that weren't necessarily things that are good, but I wanted him to know who I was, the whole thing, up and down, left and right, up and down, and I shared those with him. And I'm so proud of him because he just got an offer to play basketball at the Naval Academy in Annapolis. And, so I don't want to take up too much time. I know there's a lot of people, but if the kids don't get rambunctious and rip those things off the wall, I'm hoping that all of us can be a message to all of the kids who walk down these halls, just like John said, that they can, if on a rough day when everything's going wrong, they can maybe see one of our faces and say, you know what, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And I'm so humbled, honored, and thrilled to be here. Thank you so much.